For as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to make an artist album. Life moves so fast, and I struggle to find the time. Until now.
I think Will's album is at about 70-75%, and so we've chosen this place because A, it's beautiful and we can go out running in the hills, and but it's completely and utterly isolated, and there is no contact with the outside world. There's no internet, there's no phone, 9 days of studio time, no interruptions and no distractions. That gives me a fucking hard on. Here he is. Alright mate. Oh, how you doing mate?
Yeah, how's things in the back?
Okay, now how's the journey?
Yeah, it's fine, mate.
I love the fact that we're going to be Lord of the Flies. Choose your weapon. I'm going for the tight peeler.
We're gonna fucking hate each other by the end of this.
Teaspoon. Teaspoon. All bodies. Teaspoon. Teaspoon. All bodies. That's beautiful.
That's some view, like, fucking boy was in the valley. Is that it?
Yeah, there it is.
There she blows.
There you go.
Here's your dinner.
Gentlemen.
Right, welcome home.
Please make a U-turn if possible.
So it's day one, we've arrived. I don't know where we are, to be honest. There's no signal, there's no Wi-Fi as we undertake the process of writing and finishing my debut artist album. Escaping from the world, from civilization, here for a concentrated time only to get some big records over the line and ultimately finish the album. Finish setting up the makeshift studio downstairs. We're all going to go down and listen from start to finish where the album's up to. Can't wait to get stuck in.
This is a place that I've been to a few times before with my family and with friends. It's super remote. There are a multitude of things that I love about this place. There's no phone signal and there's no internet. And to get this album finished, with the plan being that it's finished by the end of February, the only solution was to extract Will from contact with the outside world. It was the only possible way this album was going to get finished. We can't contact anyone and no one can contact us. The nearest civilization is probably about a 15 to 20 minute drive away. For once, we can genuinely say the next 10 days is about music and nothing else.
Started off the day early, got out and about, went a run we've got like a 2 mile dirt track which leads to the main road. First time running since Christmas. Heart attacks all around, basically. Could feel it already, but great way to start the day out. Got energised, had some breakfast.
Cheers boys. Cheers lads. Day one, officially. Good start.
And then we hit the studio. So officially day one in the Red Kite Barn here, tucked away in the hills, isolated. No one can get to us, we can't get to anyone, and this is it. First track we're working on today is a track I'm writing with Gary Go. It's a track called Venus. If I could describe it, it'd be somewhere in between Take That and Coldplay meets cutting edge, drilling, sort of ambient undertones, but it's a chugger. It's euphoric, big moments, big chords. I've just been importing parts that Gary sent me from he recorded in his LA studio last week, extra ad-libs, little touches, which is going to take it from that 100% to 110. Most of my tracks, or most dance tracks, have that sort of minute of audio, drums, percussion, just so you can sort of sync it up in the DJ mix, but this, I feel, it's an album. This track itself is just a bit of a journey, and I wanted to just sort of suck people in from the get-go. So we've got a bit of a texture, a bit of a cinematic opening, and I'm going to shut up and you can see what it's all about. Usually I don't think that would have as much impact, but the way the energy sucks out and then the bass line literally smashes your face off. And then the chorus comes in. the octave down. Back in. Strong. Woo! Heavy. Big melodic moment in the club. Eyes rolling back. That's where we're up to at the moment, so I guess that's probably the climax. Jizz everywhere. Is it the cockling, is it? Forgot all of it, so there you go. Wasted time. It's not worth it, kids. Honestly, I've got a horrible life. No, I fucking work for this shit though. But why would you do that? Human touch, songs of praise. I can hear it in my head, but I just can't translate that onto a keyboard, so I'm stuck with a mouse, a click, and a bit of a mess about, but we'll get there. It's a bit too deep. That's the one. You're reaching the fucking pearly gates now, like. We ain't making Jack and House, Charlie. I don't need to fucking do anything. Shave off some of that wisp chocolate. It's supposed to be a healthy week as well, and I'm sitting here fucking getting a hard on over an Aero. Did they have a slogan, Aero? Was it like a... You would just get a bubble machine.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the one.
Just mention it.
Bubbles. Ventures. Bubbles of love. Setting the tone nicely here. Fucking blow my tits off, man. In the middle of fucking nowhere. Real disco shit.
Lunch is ready.
Fucking shot myself. Jesus Christ. Are you doing someone?
Look at him with the fur coming out. It's fucking
Put your hands
Brecon.
up in the air. Put your hands up in the air.
Look. When you sit down there with that behind you, you look like sort of thingy from Jon Snow. Jon fucking Snow. Is your memory really that fucked?
You're both milk, no sugar, aren't you?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Day 2, but really the first day of actual production, and I think it's been really successful actually. Will have made really good progress with Venus, which is going to be one of the lead singles, and he's downstairs working on an absolute banger. All those trance fans of Will's who love his kind of subculture sound, they'll adore this record. It's called Telescope. It's really, really good. We're going to try and get up a lot earlier. This morning I think we got up at 8:30. So tomorrow morning we're going to try and get up at 6:30 so that we're doing our exercise, our running and shit, and breakfast and everything a little bit earlier with a view to try and be in the studio working by 9. That's got to be the plan for tomorrow, I think.
Good things are happening, and just immerse myself into this, wrapping up a pretty solid day 2, into the vibe, into the wilderness out here to make a fucking album, and that's exactly what's been happening. Day 3 tomorrow, so stay tuned.
$7 AM now, and we're up in the fucking valleys doing this thing, and starting to get pink tones, gold tones. Can see it kissing through. We've been here drinking tea and telling stories, and just really just starting to get right in about it.
When this idea first came about, did you think it would ever come together well?
When we first talked about it, I could definitely envision it. And it's always something that it shaped me as when I was coming through before I moved to Glasgow, I had Orkney. It's got my sound, just the experiences and the scenery. Just beautiful. I'm yet to see a better sunset So that was my backdrop for a good part of 18 years of my life. That really sculpted my sound. So coming back out here is an opportunity to, again, get inspired.
Do you think there's a sick Airbnb in Orkney we could hire for January next year?
Just come straight to my dad's. Does the best chili, the best breakfast.
Right. The hedgehog.
There you go.
You want that? I'd love that. What's going on there? Just thinking
Pulling
about
up the goodness.
spinny wheel.
You spin me right.
Come on, Apple. Quite nice to have one window in here so we could look out at the valley while we're working.
That would be epic. You got a chisel?
Get to work. Yeah. How was your stay? It was great. We've done the modifications and sorry, what was that? Yeah, the modifications. They're all done. We'll pop an invoice in the post.
Stick it down now, y'all. Just that section there.
And then E, F. There we go, here we go. You've been rubbing them dry for 25 minutes. Now it's time for some penetration. Such a vast difference. Yeah. Chord on here.
Chord on.
Ready? Spray factor 12. And I'm not talking about sun cream.
Immediate hard on.
It's day 3 really, second day of actually working, and it's now 10 past 10. We've been up since 6 o'clock. We went up the mountain, but now just had 2 hours in the studio, just putting the final touches to that Gary Go single, and now, I know we said last night it was finished, but now it really is finished. It's amazing. So now we're going to crack on and move on to Telescope. That's the plan.
Yes.
Come on then.
So at this stage, I've taken the whole mix down 12 dB, started pushing elements back up again. The kick's piercing through now, the bass lines are sharp, and then the way it kicks in now, there's just much more of a release when it kicks in. It's going to be a big lead single off the album. Definitely satisfying the Numb the Pain sort of crowd. Big euphoric journey.
I'll do.
There's absolutely no doubt that what he's making right now, when you can just about hear it, right now downstairs is astonishing. He's in a real flow, and the sound in the room sounds phenomenal. We've spent 2 days just finishing tracks that were at 75 to 80%. Now that's not to say that that's a negative thing, because everything needs to be finished for this album, but I think we're going to have to put a couple of late nights in here, to be honest. To take advantage of the fact that we're in such a remote place where we can make fucking noise all night long.
Jesus.
I think maybe tonight we should sit around this table and play each other some music. Start referencing different things. You know, work out what we're realistically going to do between now and the end of the time we're here. Really fucking good. We've only had fresh food.
My body is definitely thanking me right now. Fucking ripped when we got here after Christmas.
And you feel better now.
Felt cringe. Oh, this last tie. That's me tapping out.
Oh my god.
Are we going to put our boots on and do a little walk so that we can get to somewhere where we can post our picture on your Instagram?
Yeah.
There's something special about saying, "This is me today." Just get our jackets and boots and just take a little stroll. I went to the butcher's, I said, "Can I get some bacon?" He said, "Lean back." I said, "Can I get some bacon?"
Do you know it was Jesus that invented football?
Really?
He went up for the cross. 2 disciples just nailed him.
That boy's got something wrong with him. Every single shit is at least 20 minutes.
It's been half an hour, Will. Get out of there.
Unbelievable.
Day 3 coming to a close. Another encouraging day. Making good progress. Working tirelessly on Telescope tonight. Back at 12 now, midnight. I'm going to wrap it up. Big steps. We were working on the outro. Some parts I like, some parts I'm not so sure on. We have this sort of, I don't know, cracked out minimalist sort of drop now. John seems adamant we need to take it down this route. I don't know. I've also kind of got my heart set on a sort of big wind down into a luscious pad outro. All in all, another constructive day here. A day 3, a wrap. Signing out. Big Bill, cheers.
It's 6 a.m. It's still dark outside. I just got up and I wanted to start the process of editing some of the videos. Our original plan was to be editing and rendering
on the fly, but it's proving to be incredibly time consuming, and we've had a few issues. I'm going to spend this morning working on trying to get the audio from the car journey as good as possible. What I don't want to do is have the editing process interfere with the writing and creative process, which is why we're here. If it turns into a really time consuming thing, then I think we just back everything up onto drives and deal with it when we get home.
I've slept really well, actually. Really,
I slept
well.
all the way through, and I always wake up at least twice for a piss.
Yeah. So
But-
bloody quiet at night. It's almost like you're in a soundproof studio. Definitely into the rhythm of this,
Yeah, good work for that.
of what it is we're doing here. If when we come back from this house, we can say, while we were there, we got 5 tracks totally over the line, then this week has been just unbelievably worthwhile.
Yeah.
May's a great time. It's fresh, it's new, it's spring, it's the month that has that sense of hope, and
Yeah, spring in the step and all that.
It's good.
I just don't want to. I don't want to rush it for the sake of a mundane deadline. Get this over the line. It's so much more than that.
if this album is not done, we will not release it on the 1st of May. The album will only be released, and the release date will only be truly clarified and confirmed when the album's finished.
No matter when the album comes out, it's going to be the talk of the town anyway.
Yeah.
Really far up there, aren't they?
Looking a bit hungry, mate. It's Will Atkinson here, in desperate need of a doctor, or my mother, or anything with carbs in it. Our address, Red Kite Barn, somewhere in fucking Wales, I don't know where we are. My arse is hanging out in shorts. And this place, doing for wonders for the brain, but it's not doing much for doing there, so fuck off.
When you ask your wife/girlfriend, is there a problem? And she says no, that means there's a multitude of problems, and you need to be the sleuth to go in and Sherlock Holmes your way to the solution.
I'll tell you what, when Lindsay says she's fine, I may as well fucking pack my bags and get the fuck out. I'm waiting on that bus.
Complicated creatures. Men are a lot more simple. If something's wrong and someone says, is something wrong, you know, we take the approach of, they've asked me a question, I'll just tell them the answer. It's a slightly more simplistic approach.
Oh, we're back in.
I'll get the one with oil.
That means you're not getting the one with oil.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Actual salmon.
Not the fake ones.
Not the cod dressed up as salmon.
No, that one. Not the ones you see in the street corners.
Yeah. It's a sea fish, but it's swum upriver for some reason. It goes, Jesus, this is lovely. What the fuck have I been doing out there?
It's the away
In
strip.
that, swimming around in that trash can all my life. Fuck, I've rubbed chilli all over my eyes. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm enjoying this.
He had to learn how to wank with his left hand.
That's impressive. Constant disappointment. Bite you!
Bollocks to that.
Yeah, this is maybe something which I'm going to incorporate into the next track we're working on today, which is a track called Okay. Okay.
So hit me.
So, doing.
Another dimension.
Hammond organ. Horses neighing, obviously. I would if I could, but I'm a plank of wood.
Plank of wood.
I can never remember. Completely out of key. Okay.
Then it comes back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're under starters orders, and they're off.
Right, okay.
What part of that do you want to start with?
Well, I've got the backbone. Fucking stupid, glowing, fluctuating up, down, It's making me want to get fucking smashed right now. Give me a signal.
Woo! Balls, rap fans. Balls. Control. Balls. Nuts.
Oh, right. So, see if I plugged it into channel 1, then maybe that would actually come out of channel 1. Right. Fuck me.
Balls. Fucking balls. Now live. From the X Factor Finals, it's Will Atkinson.
Got my first real victory.
My mother used to tell me that I never should play with the naughty girls down in the wood. Their silly laugh and giggling I could never understand. And that's why I fell in love with my right hand.
So that's that done. That's next track. Oh, that could be mine. Yeah,
That could be mine, isn't it? Linda, take the minutes, will you, darling? Got a few things to say about our new employee, Will Atkinson. Dennis, I'll hand it over to you at this stage.
We're in.
Are you recording?
Can do.
Can do. And they're under starters orders, and they're off. I can never remember, I can never remember, I can never remember. Oh. Okay.
No worries, John. No worries. I'll get you sounding fabulous.
They're under starters orders, and they're off.
Fucking shove that one in your bag. Horses. Come on, John.
Poo! So I'm now sending you a video file. The name of it is Poo 2.
RDP2.
Accept your poo. Jon Snow, accept your poo.
Robert's your father's cousin's brother.
They're under starters orders, and they're off.
Now we're descending.
It's fucking Radio 4, it's brilliant. Cool, Luke, listen to that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Listen.
I'm scared. I'm fucking scared, John.
Okay. That sound, by the way, well, the needle being dragged across a record, right? Yeah. Can we have the track going for a bit? The needle gets dragged across the record, and then you have the sound. It just cuts to nothing else but the sound of someone having a piss. Look, listen.
It's a nice texture.
Can we do that?
Yeah. Do you like that? Do you like that?
I love it. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mama. Sidechaining it.
Yeah.
Explain what you're doing, Will.
Making a wee spring onion jail for our little lady boy bird friend. Not into like weird shit or anything, I just want to keep him. Day now.
Justice.
Say another day. You're a tiny lady boy. Didn't they express all over again? For fuck's sake, get back in, get in there. Shit, I don't want to hurt him.
No, don't hurt him.
Gender fluid ladyboy bird.
Shit, he's got wings, I forgot about that. Fuck with me one more time and I'll fly away. It's actually Spider-Man.
Bastard. He's trying to go in. Get in there. Yeah, that's even better.
He runs this farm.
It
It is Spider-Man.
No, it's ladyboy bird, man. It's the end of day 4, I think. Are we in day 4? Yeah, day 4. It's all coming together a bit too nicely. Something has to give. So today we've been focusing on, I can't even begin to tell you how fucked up this track is. Put it this way, if you know, you know. If you don't want to know. It's mad, it's loopy, it's everything you don't want to hear, basically. It's gonna ruin the night, wreck your groove. A bit of a handful. Madness encapsulated. Plan is to get up at 6 AM, 6:30 AM, try and get another sunrise, but we're gonna see how that goes because it's just past midnight and we're thick in the flow of creativity right now, so I don't know when we're going to be knocking it on the head. One thing for sure. Just one more. Just one more.
Need y'all turn it up on. Hey, turn it up.
Super late on Thursday night. Really great day today. Pushed it, did a lot of good work. Telescope is finished and Will, I would say, is about 30% into a brilliant new single for Victims Helpline called OK, and it's absolutely mental. Fans of Pat Butcher, that style, will absolutely love it. It's absolutely bonkers. So I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow we'll have that finished, and then we've got 3 days left to try and get 1, maybe 2 more done if we're lucky. I'm in my room and look what I've just found. A pair of what looks like Will Atkinson's pants, potentially, on the floor in my room. I'm not going to attempt to touch them or move them. I'm just going to keep a very safe distance.
Fuck me, what a start to the day. Could not just got the best news ever. So our wee mate Pedro, our Mexican friend, he's still chilling, he's still loving it.
He's still asleep actually, we ought to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Pedro asleep.
Why don't we skip breakfast, get up the hill, get back down here, just go straight into lunch.
Hold out for lunch basically.
Yeah, and that'll cancel last night's scranathan out, midnight scran, so let's just try and get to lunch.
Yeah, alright, without any breakfast.
Yeah.
Cool. So definitely no breakfast, yeah?
No.
Not going to eat anything this morning, we're just going to hold out for lunch.
I'm not even hungry. I need to make sure that's safe though.
Safety is a key issue.
I might as well make sure.
Are we technically on the safe bus now?
Oh yeah, we're well and truly on our way. One way ticket. I'm not even hungry, I'm doing you guys a favour, you know? Day 5 and we're rolling and we're just up and about, a bit of a line this morning. We're going to tackle this mother over here, get up there, check out the view, see what it's all about. First day of blue skies really since we got here, so we're going to get out there and scope it out and take it in, get inspired for the day that lies ahead and get back to it, buzzing.
on every big adventure I've ever been on, there's always good days and bad days. And I guess day 5 wasn't necessarily a bad day, but there was definitely the one day that had just a hint of friction in the air. I guess because of how hard I was pushing Will to get stuff done, to reach his full potential creatively and to kind of make the most out of the time we had at Red Kite Barn. And in retrospect, I probably pushed him too hard. Either way, by the morning of day 5, one thing was clear: Will had been locked away in that windowless makeshift studio for several long days, and we just needed to get out, take a break, walk into the hills, soak up the surroundings, and let that process reset everything. And that's what we did.
We just climbed up this hill and we got to these woods over here. They give the most unbelievable natural reverb. Listen. Whoa! Hey! Woo! So we thought maybe let's record some sort of sound and then we'll include it in the track. So let's get a bit closer.
Woo! Nature boy!
Right. Go.
Woohoo! I got hummus running through my veins! How about that?
That's going in the track.
I guess there'd been a bit of an error, and that wee walk we took on day 5 was just critical in clearing it. It just refreshed the whole vibe. I mean, here we were in the most beautiful, isolated location of serene landscape, and yet I'd spent 90% of my time holed up in this prison cell, no windows. I might as well have been in me flat in Glasgow. We needed that walk, and when we got back, we sat out in the sun, drinking coffee, talked through everything, cleared the air, and put in place a positive plan for the last few days at Red Kite Barn.
Yo, 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 welcome to the show. I'm in the studio, trying to make some dough. Feeling pretty low. Oh, fucking hot.
Run the starter's orders, and they're off. Okay.
Come in away there. Took me about a good part of 2 hours to get this done, but it's not MIDI, it's just sequence programming, so all that slides, accents, to me it sounded pretty edgy. A bit low. Cheeky, cheeky. I don't know if this needs a melody, I just don't know if it's that sort of track, but John seems to think it needs a riff, so a riff he shall get. Thought it could maybe go well with that Beastie Boys bit. That fucking Beastie Boys. Is that annoying? That sound? That fucking organ?
No.
Or is that cool?
It's cool.
I think it's cool.
It's cool.
I think it picks up the pace. I'm gonna try and get this thing to work. Yeah, I can't get over this bass, kick and bass, to be honest. But I don't want to rely on that too much, and the track needs to keep
Elevating.
Elevating, exactly, is the word I was after. So it's a matter of keeping people on their toes, or on their knees.
Will is absolutely smashing it out in the studio now. Just came out for a little bit of a breather, and to see this glorious sun. If only every day here had been like this. Beautiful weather. I think this whole process of escapism and disconnecting and going off grid is it's just good for the soul. It's really, really needed.
Photos from yesterday. No. Stroke. Heart attack. Fat. Shattered. Lesbians. Fucking waste of time.
Do you want to hear the best news you've ever heard?
Yeah.
Pedro's back.
What?
After a whole day of absence, he's back on the board.
The fucking boy!
I'm
the
telling you.
lady boy man! The lady boy man! Let's go and see him.
Come on.
I'm genuinely buzzing. This isn't a sick joke, is it?
No.
It's not going to be fucking cut up in 6 different bits.
He's here.
Live and direct.
He is live right now upstairs.
You've done something to him?
No, he's just chipping about.
In his bit?
Where is he?
Yes, my boy. My boy. He comes.
Hola, senor.
You got mighty fine cojones.
So, day 5 come to a close, and this little beast I've been working on the last few hours. Actually, this idea came to me about 2 years ago after a pretty heavy summer 2017. Don't remember much of it. Hence this track. This is a track called Burning Out, and I've just had the vocal sent to me from a guy called Harry. I don't know much about it. It was a hard guy to track down, but vocals in this, I mean, it's fucking Oasis, big stadium thing. Yeah, check this. So that's that, keeps going, verses, bridges, blah blah blah, and then we go into, not going to give too much away, let's get into the breakdown, see where we're at.
Terrifies me who I become at a million miles an hour.
That sort of mystic, sort of space odyssey sort of thing going on there.
Terrifies me what I've done. Every drop of blood, every beat of sweat.
Like that sort of golden era, 98, 99. Pure Eckies. A wee ode to summer 2017, burning the candle at both ends, and it all just got a bit much with gigs, parties, flights. Yeah, I was younger then, and I'm an old man now, but I just didn't really have a hold on it back then. This is a wee reminder of how fucked up this job can be sometimes, so you got to respect your body and know your limit, really, and I pushed the fucking limits that year. Yeah, I thought I'd make a wee song about it. A bit of meaning to it. Maybe people can relate to it. That's what I'm up to now. OK is going very good, actually. Put that on ice for now, because to be honest, I'm down here for like 8 hours a day, and when you've got sirens and klaxons and fuck knows what else going off on a fucking loop, 16 bar loop all day, it can sort of send you a bit delusional. So I had to sort of clean the palette, and I'm working on this now. Probably going to wrap up soon enough, watch a movie, but this will wrap up day 5. Unbelievable. Full steam ahead though, no rest, and let's see what tomorrow brings. How's it going down there? We're on to a winner. a wee chicken dinner.
Did all his new vocal parts work?
Slots in nicely, yeah. It really fills out.
Harmonies?
Actually, I think we need harmonies.
He didn't do harmonies?
No, just the... In fact, there might be some in the folder.
Yeah.
Do you remember having harmonies?
No, I thought that's what we asked for, so you'd assume, although that's quite often a silly thing to do in this game, is assume that people will do as they say they're going to do, but...
No.
I quite like the sprawl of our temporary office. I think I could probably make this my permanent office, where I could never contact anyone and no one could ever contact me.
Does that mean I can leave?
I sit here pretending to email people who never receive those emails.
Well, wrapping up day 5. I'm about to hit the sack, but I'm another step in the right direction. The work is getting done, make no mistake. Today was all about getting into the nitty-gritty of a track I'm working on called OK. People that love my Pat Butcher Leave a Message sound going to be all over this like scurvy. It's just twisted mind wrecker to the point where I had to actually just put it on ice. I had to get out of here. This room's starting to mess with the old cabin fever senses, so I had to get out for a while. Put OK on ice, and I shifted onto a more uplifting thing for the rest of the evening, which is a record I'm writing with a songwriter called Harry, and the track is called Burning Out. People who love Oasis, tell you what, his voice ain't a million miles away from Liam, so this one's huge, big arena vocal, and those who love Vandit back in the early noughties are going to love the melody. Massive sort of Vandit Positiva RP 90s sort of melody. I just can't believe how quickly this week's coming in, but it has made all the difference getting out here, channeling these surroundings, no distractions. Let's not spoke to a soul out here. You have to walk for about half an hour, 40 minutes to get 3G, so that's what we're up against. We're literally buried in here, but it's paid its dividends. So day 5 over and out. Let's see what day 6 has to offer tomorrow. Cheers.
I think bringing the frisbee was a little bit optimistic in this weather. It is freezing out there. So, it's first thing in the morning. I'm now going to go and get ready to go running, and then I'm going to go and get Will, and I'm going to try and persuade him to take on a challenge today. And that challenge is going to be for me to give him a folder of samples he's never heard before, really abstract weird shit, and make a track for the album in 6 hours. That's going to be the challenge. I'm going to get my shit on and then we're going to talk him into this. I think we're doing really well. I think we are
on course.
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
3 tracks done and 1 really
4
quite
if
far
I
in.
wrote end of play today.
I reckon
hopefully.
4. But I was thinking up an idea, because obviously, look, we've got 3 days left. We want to really max our time here. So I've got a challenge for you.
Right.
I want you to see if you can make a track in 6 hours, and I'm going to give you a folder of samples, and you have to include every one of those samples, and you have to make the track in 6 hours, and it has to be good enough to be on the album. Now, obviously, I'm not saying it has to be the final mix or master. You can take it away and do that somewhere else, but the track needs to be finished in 6 hours.
Fuck it.
And we'll film the whole process, obviously.
Yeah. Sorry?
6 hours.
Like the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Whatever happens,
Whatever you give me, it's in the track.
has to be in the track.
Yeah.
You can't miss anything out. So no matter how obscure the sample is, it has to be in the track.
This is going to be interesting.
Challenge accepted then.
Yeah, challenge accepted.
Brilliant.
Fucking on.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're in.
Here we are. It is exactly 1:45, right? So, in the next 5 minutes, we're going to go through all these samples. This is the Will Atkinson challenge to make a track in 6 hours, and you have to use every one of the samples in this folder. There are 16 samples in total, 15 in this folder, and then there's this one we got yesterday.
I got hummus!
running through my veins.
So, I'm going to walk you through these samples. They are random, but I'm not picking them to make the challenge harder for you. I'm picking them because I think they all have a place in a Will Atkinson mental track.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Just to clarify, I have not heard any of these samples.
No, well,
Not
you
one.
kind of done because I've only just put them in here.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Are you going to airdrop them so we can get them on the speakers?
Yep. Let's play from the top.
M-Hang,
Yeah.
Human Breath,
Yeah.
iPhone,
Yeah.
Loop 1 for a while,
Yeah.
Loop 2 for a while,
Yeah.
Main Loop,
Yeah.
Drum Fill,
Yeah.
Strings,
Yeah.
Train,
Yeah.
Train Helper,
Yeah.
Train Helper 2,
Yeah.
Tribal,
Yeah.
Vox, David Hockney interview, Egg Sausage,
Yeah.
fucking hell,
Yeah.
and Future Shock.
That's 15. Number one, you gotta have... you gotta have an Okay? Number two.
Guess what this is?
Sexy female
Sounds
breasts.
familiar, very familiar with that sound. Ooh.
Unlocking an iPhone. That's cycle.
So that is Luke 1's evil big brother.
Yeah.
Is in jail for fucking murder.
Yeah.
Sample 6 we're on.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Okay.
Very number 7.
Bit of percussion
Some
for
bongo
you.
vibes there. Number 8. Middle 8.
Yeah, why not?
Do you know what? Let's just get this up to 144.
You know what I mean? The next three is a level crossing, closing, and then a train going past.
Yep.
Right? But I think when the train comes, that whole build up to it coming past and going past could be your entire build up in your breakdown.
Yeah.
And then the next two things that say train support 1, train helper 1, train helper 2, they are rhythmic elements that I found that sound like a train that you could add on top of the train.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
so
yeah.
listen to this build up.
You're doubting my instincts.
No,
John.
no. I'm just explaining
already
why
written
I
the track.
called them train 1, train 2, train 3.
Yeah. So clearly that's a build. That's the only
There you go.
thing that's going to work. I mean, there's a loop right there.
Yeah. It's quite trainy though, you know what I mean?
Chugger. Number 11. Prodigy-esque. On bongos, lost
Let it
cousin.
play. Let it keep playing. Listen to the second half. This bass line.
Yeah. You ever watch Black Mirror?
Yeah, and my wife loves it.
Very sort of Black Mirror-esque. It's cool.
This is an interview with David Hockney, an old interview with David Hockney. So you might find a little thing that you
Dissect.
can yeah, whatever.
In California, say, I was.
Is there one vocal you're expecting me to find?
No. But I'm not expecting you to use.
Is there something in there that you think, right, he's going to pick up on that?
I don't think you should use that in the context of a traditional get to a trance breakdown and then have a speech.
What I mean is there a certain collection of words in that interview that you reckon I'm going to pick out?
No.
You think Will's going to like that?
All I would do if I was listening to it and I had this challenge is if you're working at 144, I would put a 144 click track on and just sit back and listen to him talking until you get one phrase that works with the rhythm, and then just cut that and scrap the rest.
Yeah.
I have egg, sausage, chips and beans, and a tea.
I thought,
oh my god.
Egg, sausage, chips and
sake.
beans and a tea. That's what we've been dreaming of all week. All the fucking salads and shit we've been eating.
Yeah.
There you go. This one I gave you as a sort of, here's something that actually is not a challenge, it's just fucking great sound. Sicario vibes. Pedro upstairs, that's his soundtrack.
That's
when
quite
he walks
upsetting.
into a room, that's what comes on.
Yeah. That is the first dance at Pedro's wedding.
Yeah, that's it. Right, so, what do you think? Happy with them?
6 hours. Let's fucking go.
Are you happy with the choices?
Get what I'm given, and that's the
But they're not
challenge.
too far out.
No, I
though.
can make that work. I will make this work. A good worksman never blames his tools, as we say. So I will make this work.
I'm going to leave this room. It's 5 to 1, so we'll say 1 o'clock's the start. Well, you start now, and you've got until 7 p.m. and I'm not allowed to hear any part of it.
No,
but it has to be finished by 7
by
p.m.
7, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll make food and stuff and get it sent in.
if you could please.
Yeah.
Yeah, the famous poached ice.
Well, I'm not allowed to come in.
No.
Yeah.
15 samples plus one. John has just airdropped me the forest sample from yesterday on our trek up to the forest. It's short decay slapback reverb off the trees when we got up there.
I got hummus running through my veins.
No, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. 6 hours. It is almost 1 o'clock, 3 minutes to 1. And I have to try and come up with an album track using only these 15 samples plus the Brucey bonus. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know. I have literally no idea where I'm going to take this track. I don't have any ideas at the moment, which I'm kind of worried about. Usually I can sort of get a little bit of a vibe, but literally 15 of the most random samples. People breathing, steam train, sitars. I mean, Jesus Christ. Talk about raising the bar or lowering it. Let's see what happens. So, 6 hours. Let's see what we can do.
So it's 2 o'clock exactly, which means Will is now 1 hour into his make a track in 6 hours challenge, and he has 5 hours left to go. And from what we can hear coming up through the floorboards in here, he's hammering it already. So I reckon he's got a good chance of doing this. I think it'll be good. And if he does do it, if he does nail a track in 6 hours, then he can fucking well make 2 tomorrow.
We're about 2 hours into this 6 hour challenge, and there's been some evil things going on in this room, I tell you that. Probably the darkest track I've made for a while. I'm maybe up to the breakdown. I've got this sort of evil thing at the start. First of the samples start about here. Got this sort of metallic circular sort of loop going. I think the original sample for that. Yeah, from that I've made into a sort of pumping texture loop. This little guy here, that's the iPhone unlocking. Strange sort of acid thing, but I've turned it more into like a shimmering sort of acid sort of line. Bassline's pretty simple, just a sort of square synth. Got that mad fucking sitar thing. I think I'm going to hold out on this, and I'm going to maybe shift it into the breakdown when it's all building and building and building. I've got David Hockney interview, which I've sort of chopped up.
The night.
Yeah, that's it there.
Night.
It's pretty cool. John gave me a sort of knocky train loop. Turned it into more like a cool catchy hook, a percussion hook. In fact, heavy detune sort of square sort of wave thing going on. Sort of influenced by probably Tiesto, Flight 643 or 463. I fucking don't know what flight it was. Hopefully it was in British Airways. So yeah, that's what I'm up to at the moment, and it's all starting to get a bit meaty in here. Very dark, very techy. It's just the way it's turned out. Yeah, we're looking good. Everything's mixed in nicely. Probably 3/4 way through using the samples. So check back in a bit, and we'll see where we're at.
The nightlife, some people really think is terrific. The nightlife.
Right in the thick of it. Actually, about just over an hour to go, and I don't know if you can see this on camera, but got pretty much mapped out going into outro territory. But I don't want to speak too soon. I've got just over an hour. This is kind of where I'm at the moment. Kicking. It's like sort of chilled out, murdered your own family sort of vibes. Chained to a wall. So, really nice. Loop 2 for Will. This is one of the samples I got from John. So this is the original sample. Sort of descending metallic thing. And I've used it as a sort of texture. When it kicks in, you'll hear it pop through here. Pretty dreamy. Oh, is that little old me, is it? That is me. So we were up in the woods, took a little snippet of it, but it's the actual full thing's so I get this working. What was that tune, Venga Boys? Up and down and up and down. This has been a very, very fun afternoon actually, getting this together. Feel the pressure a little bit, but I think we're good. So that's the interview, this David Hockney guy. I don't know who he is, probably someone from back in John's day, going back to the 20s probably. Yeah, post World War I.
The nightlife, some people really think is terrific. The nightlife.
You can hear it come back in, na na na. This is the good bit, but I'm not going to show you. Wait till John gets in. 6 hour challenge, and we've got about 1 hour remaining, so check back in and I'll see you then.
Day 6, and Will Atkinson has 2 minutes left to finish his Make a Track in 6 hours challenge, and I think he's done it. I'm going to go in and have a look in a minute, but it's been sounding banging through the floorboards all day. We've been upstairs editing videos, and yeah, it sounds phenomenal. He is on fire at the moment.
I think we're done.
Time's up, mofos.
Time's up. Mate, your time's up. You're fucking packing your bags after you had this shit.
Have you done it?
Fucking hell, yeah. Yeah.
As it stands right now, this track is going on your album.
Yeah. And every other fucking show I played for the rest of the 2020s.
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
For fuck's sake.
Making a banging track in 6 hours, that's pretty good.
Yeah. This is going to blow your tits off, seriously. You may as well pack your bags, it's over.
Shall I even bother staying in the room?
No, I'm not going to play it. I'm going to delete it. It's a fucking waste of time.
I'm gagging to hear this.
It's such a fucking joke. Okay, ready?
Yeah, once from the top, let's go. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Worldwide premiere.
Yeah.
In the fucking dungeon. So you heard the first little...
Yeah. That's our dude?
Yeah. That's the iPhone. Yeah. That's the moving loop you gave me, loop 2. That's evil. Here we go, loop 2. So I've just time stretched that, turned into a texture.
The train.
Yeah. That's me in the woods.
That's the woods.
Yeah. Can't stop there.
The nightlife, some people really think is terrific. The
Recognise that? Nightlife. Straight down the rabbit hole there. Brilliant. So that loop, what the fuck is that? Is that the... train helper.
Sausage, chips and eggs, sausage, chips and eggs. Tartan on the wall.
There's your dinner right there.
Fucking hell, man. Holy shit.
6 hours.
I've literally got tears. Unbelievable.
Beans, sausage, chips and eggs. Beans, sausage, chips and eggs.
Beans,
Do you know how it actually follows the melody as well? The bean.
Sausage, chips and eggs, sausage, chips and eggs, sausage, chips and eggs, sausage, chips and eggs, sausage, chips and eggs.
That's just fucking genius. Madness. Can't wait to belt that out. Hear the hummus on a big fuck.
You know what I mean?
Big fucking 10,000 capacity stage.
You have to let me have a copy of this one, please. It's unbelievable.
Pre-order it. You can't. Just like the other fucking 15 tracks, you dick.
They're all my samples, mate. Yeah, let's do this again tomorrow then. Well done, mate. Really well done.
That's buzzing, isn't it? Sounds good.
Mate, that's absolutely rocking. Beans, sausage, chips and eggs. That is every person's dream in this country. Everybody's. It's their dream.
Beans, sausage, chips and eggs.
Beans, sausage, chips and eggs. That is going to be stuck in my head forever.
So, just emerged from the chamber of dark secrets, and we have a bit of a problem on our hands. That problem would be the absolute abomination that I've just produced over these last 6 hours. Probably one of my favourite tracks on the album, if not my favourite now. Yeah, it's one of them ones. I don't know how it came together, but every sample, literally, it's as if they were built to be in that track. And it's literally 15 random samples and me screaming my head off into about 500 trees, and it's all just came together like you wouldn't believe. Didn't know what to expect from today. John ran it past me and I was like, I mean, it's fun. I used to do this when I was in college with my mates. We used to get smashed and then we used to go off to our dorms and try and produce. I would try and do a hard style track. My mate would try and do a heavy rock track using samples, so sort of touched on it, but not actually throwing yourself into a 6 hour studio session. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what to say. Can't wait to play it out, and I can't wait to show you guys what the fuck's just gone down. So I'm gonna make a Thai curry, and you just enjoy yourselves. Cheers.
So, I've literally dragged my arse into day 7.
Yeah.
6. At this point, I'm not sure what day it is.
Would you say there was a certain sense of inevitability that there would be a night like this at the end of all the chaos that's gone on in the last week?
I would say there's some inevitability that some serious collaboration had to be made between some serious artists.
Do you like CBBC? Would you like to go on a bobsleigh with me?
I can hear a motorbike. And there's a high concentration of red wine.
Wills.
Waste of time.
And a bit of whiskey in my blood at the moment.
Get me a pen. Don't make me ask you again. I need a pen.
Let me get this straight. The one thing you hate is the fact that you can't have someone perpetually behind you ready to put your shirt on when you're cold.
More than anything.
Well, guess what?
Is it smashed?
Yes.
It is? Oh my god, you've just smashed your fucking phone. Oh my god. Just to make a point to me, you threw your phone across the floor and you smashed it. No. I'm not saying throw it anymore. That was sufficient. You prove your point.
So how about that? Fucking foot line.
I won't ask you this again. Get me a pen. It's two.
Fuck off.
So here we were, day 8, our final day in the incredible Red Kite Barn in Wales. And it seemed fitting. The weather on this final day should be absolutely horrific. Sheets of horizontal rain whipping across the valley. The grey, bleak conditions outside were almost mirrored inside. I know all of us were feeling blue, a little down that our time here was coming to an end. Reflecting back on it now, I get a further tinge of sadness. Just because I know so much of our conversation that day featured great excitement, enthusiasm for the year to come. Our time at Red Kite Barn had given us the space to plan, strategise how we were going to take on what was set to be easily the biggest year of my career. All those big, meticulously sketched out plans we spent hours poring over. That'd all be dead in the water less than 2 months later, when the global coronavirus took hold and changed the world forever. But back then, in a moment, in our remote bubble in the mountains, we pushed forward with a fitting final day, making great music, great memories, and of course, capturing it all to share with you.
I know, but we've got these 2 tracks to finish.
Yeah.
One of them needs 2 hours work, the other one's okay. Okay probably needs the majority today.
Yeah.
Get that done, and then we have dinner, and then clean up, pack up, and be ready to be out tomorrow morning by 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Nice pants, by the way.
So disabled fisherman sort of thing.
Really good.
Yeah.
That's the look for today. It's the finale.
It's the good life.
Yeah.
It's the final day in the Red Kite Barn and taking it down a notch today. Really sort of creating something that sort of reflects how we felt and the freedom we've had out here and the inspiration that I've sort of gathered from just immersing myself into this experience, all 3 of us. So taking it down a tone and gearing towards the abyss as such. This is actually an idea I've sort of had sitting around on a laptop for the last 3 years, probably 4 years. The lead sort of pad sound sort of reminds me of Sasha Expander. So I've been building everything around that. You hear it coming in any minute. After hour vibes. Here comes the lead. This track's something I'm always when I listen to this, I'm always going to think about this week and just being out there, doing it, making the fucking album, the scenery, the backdrops, going for runs, all of this is just channeled into this, and yeah, I like that.
God, going back to reality. Fucking hell.
Nerve-wracking.
It really is. What happens if the rest of the world's not even there?
We'll come back here.
Turn around at the gates.
Yeah. Do you think you could do another week?
Yeah. Definitely.
And then in the blink of an eye, the week had come to an end. Our last day of work was over, and we were packing down the studio, ready to sit down to our last dinner in Red Kite Barn.
Cheers, boys.
Nice one.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers.
It's been a fucking pleasure.
Unbelievable week. Unbelievable.
Thank you so much, man.
No, thank you for coming.
Brilliant.
You've both been an absolute pleasure to be with.
That is how you start a yard.
Yeah, exactly.
Some respects, you could be speechless, couldn't you, for the week that's just gone down here.
It's very sad to be leaving. You know, we've got into the rhythm of it.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're completely locked into that epic workflow. We're all right into the vision now. Just getting into our stride, I think. Relentless work.
Amazing music.
Yeah, loved every minute. And I'm actually hungry to take on the rest of the year, take it by the balls now.
Yeah.
And fucking put this record out.
It is the final night in the Red Kite Barn, and let me tell you, it's probably got to be the most creative 8 days of my entire life. We came in with a vision, and by fuck we've produced it. Everyone had a job, and we just got on with it. Surround ourselves in these valleys, going for treks, going for walks, catching sunrises, sunsets, healthy eating, running. It's all just part of the cycle. Good health, good mind, and the results speak for themselves. Raw, natural creativity in its finest form. And the best bit is we've captured all of this, and yeah, you'll be watching this now, having seen the fucking circus of the time we've been having up to this point. We've just pulled it right out of the bag, and the question is, where do we go next? Oils in the valleys.
And then it was over. 3 like-minded friends, 9 days away in the remote Welsh mountains, 6 new tracks completed for my album, and a folder brimming with ideas to start another 6 when I got back home to Scotland. What can I say? This was and will always be one of the greatest weeks of my life. First I want to thank John Askew, my manager, my mentor, my friend, coming up with this plan, sorting every tiny logistic from start to finish, making it happen when it could have just been another drunken idea that never came to fruition. You push me to the best that I can be. You push me to the back end of beyond and beyond, and you inspire me to make the music I've always wanted to make. Nothing but love, brother, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. This wouldn't have happened without you. Charlie, what can I say? Your eye for detail, your ability to blend into the background, quietly capture every moment. You are literally one of the coolest and most humble humans I have ever encountered. And again, I want to thank you wholeheartedly for joining us and capturing this amazing journey. Thank you, Red Kite Barn, for being the most perfect hideaway I could have ever hoped for. John always raves about you, but no matter how complimentary he was, nothing could have prepared me for how incredible, tranquil, just how utterly chilled you are. I will return again and again. Thank you to the Welsh hills that cloaked us, inspired us, hid us away from the world, the internet, phone calls, distractions, everything else that in everyday life tries to pull me away from the creative flow. And thank you for watching, for sharing this journey from your homes during the troubled times of Corona lockdown. This has been a crazy year, and the future still looks pretty uncertain, but despite the hardships, always remember, we have each other, we have music. Music will always give you solace. Music is the answer. So use it to brighten the darkest hour. And so, with that in mind, even though I initially felt I couldn't release this album, this body of music I've put my heart, my soul into creating over the last 2 years, during a time when I couldn't tour, play the tracks out, in the end I've decided no, I was wrong. I need to release it now, no matter what. Because you need music. The same way that I do, we all need music to help us through this. To stop or in any way stem the flow of great music that helps keep our spirits high, our sense of hope strong. Well, that'll be a crime. We will be together again soon. Bill.